Hi, my name's Laura and this is my channel, the Carpe Diem Stitcher. Welcome if you're new and welcome back if you're an existing subscriber or you've watched my videos before. So today I'm really excited to be bringing you my introductory vlog in a collaboration that I'm doing with the lovely Becki from At What Beck Sews. So Becki and I have been watching each other's vlogs for a while now and messaging each other on Instagram. And we've discovered that we've got a really similar, if not virtually identical sometimes, taste in fabrics. So we thought that it would be a really nice idea if we were to do a collaboration on one fabric two ways. So in today's vlog, we're going to introduce you to the fabric and then we're each going to pick 3 patterns that we have thought about sewing up in this fabric. And then we'll come back at the end of August to show you which of those patterns we chose and to show you our lovely makes. So until I see Becki's vlog today, because we're both going to put the vlogs out today, I won't know what she's thinking. I don't know how much of the fabric she's bought. I don't know anything. So we'll all find out together. So that's really exciting. So thank you, Becki, for doing this with me. And I was lucky enough to actually get to meet Becki at the weekend at the Festival of Quilts. We spent some time together there. So I will link to our videos on the Festival of Quilts down below as well, so you can go and watch them. Okay, so what's the fabric? So the fabric is a viscose. It's 100% Japanese viscose, and it's Ecotex friendly, and it is this. So I will stand up and show you a bit better. So you can see it's basically red, which, as Becki says, is her colour, and I really like red on me too. And then it's got all these kind of different shapes all over it, kind of random shapes, and it's got flowers all over it in white and navy and a kind of, if I can find them, a kind of denim-y colour. There you go. I think it is a directional print, so obviously we need to be careful of that. And it's called H262 Red Hanakatoba Japanese viscose, and we got it from Textile Express. And it is £10.50 a metre, and it's still in stock, so I will link to it down below so you can go and have a look at it if you are interested. So that's the fabric. So the other thing I should say about it is it says that the finish is quite similar to a cotton lawn. I think it's a bit heavier. I mean, it's got this beautiful drape, but it is reasonably substantial as a fabric, I think. So I think it'll hold its shape quite nicely. So that's the other thing that I just wanted to mention about fabric. So what 3 patterns am I thinking of making? So please excuse me if I keep looking down. I've got my iPad and my notebook open down here so that I can remember everything that I wanted to tell you about the patterns. So the first one is the Zadie jumpsuit, which I don't think really needs much introduction because I know that a lot of you have either made it or you've certainly seen other people make it. I own this pattern. I haven't printed it off yet. I've got it in PDF, so I haven't got anything to wave, but I'll pop a picture of it up here for you. And if I were to choose to make this, I would try and make the long sleeve version. But I think I've always been a bit nervous of making this pattern, and I think it's because I kind of worry about the wide leg style on me and whether it will really suit me. But this fabric, for some reason, kind of screams Zadie jumpsuit to me, and I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if Becki says the same thing, because she's made quite a lot of Zadies in really quite funky fabrics, and I've always really liked them, and I wonder if it's just time to be a bit braver and actually make it. So that's my first choice. Now, in terms of the fabric and the sizes, if I look at the sizing, I come out as a 12 to 14, But I know that a lot of people have said it's a really good idea to size down on this. And when I look at the finished garment measurements, then I think I would come into a size 8. And the other thing is that I am not 5'7", which is what the pattern is drafted for. I'm about a 5'5.5". If I stretch on my absolute tippy toes, I might be 5'6", but I think probably I'm 5'5.5". And the pattern says that you need 2.27 meters of fabric, and I've got 2 meters, so I'd have to lay it out first to be sure, but I'm hoping I might just be okay. So that's my first choice, the Zadie jumpsuit by Paper Theory Patterns. That's my first option. So my second option I don't own at the moment, so obviously I would have to purchase it if I chose to make it. And this is a tunic style top. It comes as a tunic or a dress, and it's the gallery tunic and dress from Liesl & Co. And again, I'll pop a picture in for you. And I really like this because it's got such simple lines, but it's long sleeved, which I think coming into autumn, I know it's supposed to be summer, but it doesn't really feel like summer here yet. It'd be nice to have a longer sleeve. So it's got a long sleeve with a button cuff, and then it's got this kind of V-neck here with a band collar on it, which I think would look quite nice with this fabric, the Japanese style fabric. And it's got a shirt tail like hem, kind of curved hem on it. And you know I like a shirt, so I really like the look of this. And I think again there's enough kind of uninterrupted gap because there's no buttons or anything down the front. I think again it would let the fabric kind of shine. So that's why I like the idea of making this one. So yeah, it's got an inverted pleat at the back, and the shirt tail goes down slightly longer at the back than it does at the front, but of course I could choose to equalise them out if I wanted to. So I've got a couple of other Liesl & Co patterns. I've got 2 of their shirts, but I haven't made them yet, so that's something I must try. But I think that generally speaking, Liesl & Co are known to have a good fit, so I'm optimistic that if I make this I wouldn't find it too difficult to fit, and also it's got that kind of boxy shape to it, so I think it would be fairly easy. But I really like the look of this one. And in terms of sizing, I think I would make size 8 on the bust and grade out to a 12 at the waist and the hip. And for that I would need 2¼ yards, which is more or less exactly 2 meters. So I think I'd be absolutely fine in terms of having enough fabric. So that's my second choice, which is the Liesl & Co gallery tunic. So my final choice is the Simplicity pattern S9783. And I'll pop a pic up so that you can see. But you'll see it's this kind of quite kind of complex neckline. It's got pleats down round the shoulders, and one side kind of wraps over the other. So it's like a wrap top, but it doesn't have a tie belt or anything like that. And then the ends come to a point. So the bigger picture that the model's wearing is sleeveless and the shorter length of the two, but I would make it in the longer length. So I would make view, I think it's view A if I make it, and it's got long sleeves, which I think you might call a bishop sleeves, kind of quite long and drapey. And it goes down a bit further down. So I think if I had the short length, it might annoy me a bit because I think I'd keep feeling it was riding up at the back. So I will say that the downside of this pattern is that it splits in between sizes. So you've got sizes 6 to 14 in the smaller size, and then sizes 16 up to, I think it's a 24, let me check. Yeah, 24 in the larger pattern range. And I think that's really frustrating, and particularly for me, I drop between the two. So I would make the size 12 on the bust, and I would need to grade out. If I had them all in one pattern, I'd probably grade out to a 16 by the time you get to my hip. As I wouldn't, because I'd buy the smaller size for the bust, I would make a 14 and just kind of widen it out a bit further round the hip. But I just think it's quite unusual. It's a little bit like a waistcoat, I suppose, at the front, and because it's got that big sweep, again, you've got a good space where you could really show off that pattern. It does fasten at the back with a zipper. It's got an invisible zipper going down the back so you can get in and out of it. But I think it's quite unusual, so I'm tempted by that one as well. And weirdly, with this one, for a Big Four pattern, you can buy it in a PDF, but it's still split, which I think is really strange. So, and to make this one in a size 14, I'd need about 1.5 meters of fabric. So I would be absolutely fine with my 2 meters. So that's my choices. So you will have to wait until the end of the month to find out which one I decide to make. And I'm going to go over and watch Becki's vlog to find out what her choices are and see if any of them are the same as mine. If I was betting, I'd say the only one that might be the Zadie jumpsuit. But yes, I'm really interested to see what she chooses, and I'm interested to see what she makes at the end. So if you've enjoyed the content of this video, please do hit the like button and subscribe if you would like to. It helps me to know that I'm making content that you are all enjoying. So that's it for this vlog, and I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Bye for now.